Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. JEE is not far away. And what should you expect of the coming JEE examination and other examinations like KVPY boards? What's the timeline and what everybody is getting wrong about COVID, and so many YouTubers out there making so many videos in the last 2 months. But none of them have got it right. Very few have been able to make the true sense of the complete picture. So all of this in today's session with me, Shreyas, your physics master teacher at Vedantu, and I am going live. So you guys can call me Capto, and there I am. And I hope you guys are doing well. Hi Naga, Akhil, welcome Sugendan, Ankit, welcome Sivaram, Jaya, hello computer, hello Dhanush, welcome aboard all my lovely warriors. And those of you who do not know me, I am the physics master teacher at Vedantu going live, and I'm leading the physics department. I've been training kids for more than a decade now, and many of my students are in the top-notch institutes with top-notch ranks that you can think of. Now, having said that, in the last few months, whenever we have given you information that has been credible, that's the reason why you should watch this video till the end. You should stick around in the session till the end, because I'm going to give you credible news. I'm going to give you the most expected dates, the syllabus, eligibility criteria, attempts, what should you expect out of KVPY boards, how many days you get, what's going to happen next, and how you can protect yourself, what you should expect out of COVID, and all the other things that are around your preparation for the next 2 months. Last time when we predicted about KVPY, or even last year JEE Mains, or even the board examinations, we have always given you credible information, and that's what we stand for at JEE Enthuse. And thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for your help. Thank you so much for your lovely comments and all the amazing support that you guys give us during this entire course. So thank you for smashing the like button. In case you haven't done that yet, please do that now. It means a lot for me. And if you're new to the channel, do hit the subscribe button, because this is the JEE English channel that you are looking for. We have been around for more than a year now, and you can see all the important sessions, lectures are there in the playlist. Yep. So let's get started. And if you have smashed the like button, go hit the thumbs up even in the chat box, so that I know you have supported me as well as this channel. So let's get started with what should you expect out of JEE. Okay, so some of you can also start writing down your predictions and what you think, what do you wish for, what do you think might happen, what is your wish list. Well, do let me know in the chat box. I'm going through it so that I know what's the mood of all the audience, all my lovely warriors present out here. Interesting to see some of you are predicting very close to what my expectations are, and some of you are very realistic, but some of you are too late in predicting it. Well, the first important thing which many people are not aware of is, or probably not relating the two, is the assembly elections. Yes, there are state elections happening in UP, Punjab, Manipur, Goa, Uttarakhand, and because of this, you cannot have any exam during the elections, and the elections will end in the first week of March, and the counting will be done on 10th of March. That means till 10th of March, you should not expect JEE Mains first attempt. Am I clear about this? This is like the most direct conversation, the most direct thing. I'm not beating around the bush. I'm not going to play around with all the things. I'm just giving you direct information. Guys, you cannot have any examination during the state elections. Keep this in mind. Okay? And it can't happen before that. You can't have the elections before February 10th because, COVID, and obviously hardly any time for the announcement. We are just 20 days away. So it's not going to happen before March 10th. That's what I'm telling you. All right. Are you happy about it? And if you're happy about it and you know it, don't clap your hands. Just put up a smiley in the chat box if you found this information useful. Yes, just put up a smiley, and yes, smash the like button down there to show and garner support. Next thing, what many people are getting wrong about COVID. I saw so many YouTubers, so many channels out there making sessions just 1 month or 2 months back, how this COVID wave is going to be very bad, how people are going to be hospitalized, how everything will be under lockdown, and how everything is going bad, the whole world is going to collapse. Well, it all sounds fancy, but not entirely everything is correct. First of all, many of you might have seen your relatives, your family members, or you yourself suffering from the third wave. That's the Omicron wave of COVID. The hospitalizations are low, the symptoms are mild, but it's only for the vaccinated. For the unvaccinated, probably the symptoms are more, the hospitalizations rate are more, but it's not as severe as the second wave. But that does not mean you should let your guard down. And what you can expect out of the third wave in this with this Omicron variant, you can look at hints from South Africa. Yes, South Africa. That's where the wave first started. And guess, look at the wave. See, Shakira said something. I just remember. She said, I think, something doesn't lie. I forgot what don't lie, but Shakira said something doesn't lie. And I say, charts don't lie. Yes, look at the charts from South Africa. The orange line is the computational data, the expected based on the models. The blue line is the actual data, and they are fairly accurate. You can see they almost match. You can see somewhere out here, this is basically, yes, 6th of January. So this is close to what we are today, and you can see the cases are dropping, and it is expected to drop further, and by February it's going to be almost negligible. Yes, the wave of Omicron is almost going to be over, and this chart is going to give you a very good data point on for comparison on what's coming next for India and other countries. Okay, look at UK, United Kingdom. Yes, look at the orange line. The orange line is the expected caseload. This is a 7-day moving average. These are the charts, official figures. The blue is the one which tells you actual data. This is the actual data. And you can see there is a drop out here. So that drop is very good. This was the peak. You have hit the peak out here, and it's going to drop. And you can see again in February, it's going to be almost negligible. Yes, that's what is going to happen unless some new variant comes and we have to learn a new Greek alphabet. US has not yet reached the peak. We are somewhere here. We are still climbing. Okay, we have not yet hit the top. It's going to take some time to hit the peak, but yes, that's going to happen very soon towards the end of January, or yes, in this month itself. And yes, again by February, you're going to see hardly anything out here. And then what about India? Yes, we live in India. We do not live in the US. So we need to talk about what's going to happen in our country, in our cities. So IIT professor Manindra Agarwal says that by mid-March, it's going to be more or less over. It's like nothing. People are going to be out in the streets partying. People are going to behave as if nothing happened. Yes, by March, it will be as if we are back in the month of September or October of 2021. But in fact, things are going to be better even before that. Look at these charts. Yes, this is today, somewhere close to today. This is where we are today. This is India chart. Yes, this is India daily infection 7-day moving average. And this is where you expect the peak. Yes, this is where you expect the peak. And the peak comes out very close to January end. Yes, Jan end, that's where you expect the peak. And you see by February, the caseloads have become hardly negligible. Yes, that means that's the time when the elections start. So guys, some of you did not realize if the COVID wave continues, and it spreads and extends till Feb end, then even the election dates will get postponed. If the election dates get postponed, that means the JEE dates will get postponed. So you please pray that the elections do not get postponed. The elections happen on time, because then JEE will get postponed. If JEE gets postponed, boards get affected. So many things are related to it. Are you seeing? There is hardly any window for conducting the examination, boards, elections, and so many other things. So by February 10th, if things go very normal, elections get done, and then we have our JEE, and then you have your boards, your KVPY, everything. Okay, this is Delhi, and you can see the same story out here repeating. You can expect the peak in January, and by Feb, things will start normalizing. You can see that right over here. Look at the data points. On the x-axis, that's date, and on the y-axis, you have the case loads, the daily new infections, 7-day moving average. Same story with Mumbai and all the other cities. I can put up the charts for everything. In fact, you can see Mumbai has already broken off the trend, and it's probably expected to go down further over here, and by January end itself we are expected to start seeing milder cases. So that's very interesting. Now, what you need to know about COVID is that the hospitalization rates are much lower for the vaccinated. The symptomatic cases are much lower for the vaccinated. Also, people dying because of COVID is much lower for the vaccinated, but for the unvaccinated, the caseloads, the symptoms, the hospitalization rates, the mortality rates are much, much higher than the vaccinated population. So if your parents, if your teachers, if the health workers, everybody around you are vaccinated, so that's an assuring factor. Yes, now kids like you should take the vaccination as soon as possible so that you can protect yourself from this illness. Yes, make sure that you register yourself, because you can see out here that less than 2 lakh beds would be needed even during the peak of the COVID wave. Hospitalization rates are much lower as compared to Delta. Even though the Omicron is spreading like crazy, hospitalization rates are lower, which is assuring. But having said that, you cannot take chances, so don't be very complacent, don't chillax. You need to protect yourself from COVID. You cannot say that it's okay, it's just like common cold, oh, it's normal. No, you do not know how your immunity is, you do not know how you're going to respond, you do not want anybody of your family in the hospital. So you need to protect yourself at any cost, although probabilistically the rates are much lower. Talking about eligibility criteria. Yes, you can. Delta is the previous variant, the second wave, which happened last year, which was very bad. Omicron is the new variant, Jairaj. All right. Yes, very good, Infinity Gaming. You got vaccinated already. Very good, Ranjit. I can see all your chats. Vinay Kumar, you should get yourself vaccinated as soon as possible. Yes, it's like the parabola class. That's right. Okay. Yes, Divyansh, I'm going to come to the first date as soon as possible. But first, other things. Eligibility criteria. Remember, last year we had 75% requirement, which was waived off for admissions in NITs and triple ITs. Do you remember? Or do you guys have a short-term memory? I hope you remember that. Yes, before that, we used to have 75% criteria. Because of the COVID, these eligibility criteria were removed. So I am expecting the same thing to happen even this year. Most likely, you will not have that 75% criteria for admissions in NITs and triple ITs. But let's wait for the official news. But 99% it's not going to be there. Next thing, what about the syllabus and the pattern? Well, most of you are expecting the syllabus to be reduced. Well, I don't really think so. The syllabus will not be reduced. But yes, the optional, the deleted syllabus in boards can be there in the optional part, which does not have negative marking. If you remember, last year there were some compulsory questions and there were certain questions which are optional, which did not have negative marking. So the same thing is expected to continue. The same pattern is expected to continue. And you will have the deleted syllabus, which is not there in boards or which was deleted from your respective CBSE examinations. Probably that will be there in that particular section. But as such, I do not expect much reduction in the syllabus. Think of it as if entire NCRT, entire HC Verma, or whatever is related to NCRT is there in your JEE Mains examination. How about the number of attempts? So till last year we had 4 attempts, before that we used to have 2 attempts, and even before that we used to have only 1 attempt. Now I'm expecting there might be 4 attempts, but there is a good chance that you might have reduced number of attempts, probably 3, because if you keep on having 4 attempts, especially this year, then the last date of JEE Mains might get pushed till June end. That means advance will happen again in July or August. That means the admission process starts in August and September. That means you enter the first semester in October. when that's when your second semester was supposed to start. That's way ahead, and obviously we can't keep doing this again and again, and that means you will pass out late, your internships get delayed, you might miss out on some opportunities on internships, your placements later on, you everything gets delayed. You know, it affects your next batch, your senior batch, you yourself. So this cannot keep on happening. You need to normalize eventually. And the way people are getting vaccinated and how things are normalizing, most likely they might try to reduce the attempts, but they might not give a shocker of 2 attempts, because that would be a big shock. But there were talks before this that they wanted to reduce the attempts to 2, considering the delay in the examinations, but that's little bit less likely. That will be a shocker. Expect 3 to 4 attempts. Yes, there will be 2 attempts at least, but yeah, 4 attempts if everything, they're like, okay, we are okay with the delay, yeah, then 4. But no, we want to reduce the delay, we want to start the batches early, we want to start the admissions early, then expect 3 attempts. So don't bank on 4 is what I would say. Yeah. What about the level of difficulty? What about the toughness of the examination? Well, I expect the toughness to be as equivalent as the previous year, but remember one thing, the toughness completely depends on your preparation. It might be easy for a student who has read through all the chapters, but students who do not prepare and who only go to hot topics, only the important questions, only 12th or only 11th, for them, yes, it's going to be difficult. Yes, it's going to be tough. So if you prepare all the chapters, if you have been following our channel, if you have been following the crash course, if you have been following in the pro subscription, if you have been following all the booklets, all the advices we have been giving you, then for you guys, it's going to be easy. Otherwise, it's going to be tough for sure. Now, this is the most important thing which you guys are waiting for. The expected timeline. Are you guys ready to see it? Shreyas sir is going to give it to you. Go smash the like button if you want to see it and put up a heart in the chat box. Well, this is the most important thing. This is the most important thing. Yes. So Nick, JEE Advanced is too early to predict because it depends on the number of attempts of JEE Mains, number 1. Number 2, it depends on when is the first attempt of JEE Mains going to happen. Based on that and all the other things, when are the second and the third attempts, and we do not know if the new variant will come in. So too early to predict JEE Advanced. Okay. Well, this is your timeline. Put it up in your wallpaper, or I don't know, save it. I don't take a screenshot or whatsoever. So this is the thing. I'm just going to move aside a little bit. Let me just, yeah, so that you guys can see it properly. Okay, there we go. Now from mid-Jan till February, that's where the COVID season is. Expect your peaks in respective towns, cities and states during this time. February, you have your elections, that is the blue region out there. February end, you end your elections and all of that, campaigning, elections are going on. March first week, you have your election results and counting and all of that. That's where the third wave is expected to be over. So in that blue part, expect your announcement to happen for JEE examination right from now till somewhere in Feb. Most likely they will announce it even later, we do not know, but yes, the reason why I'm saying that is probably they don't want to make a fool out of themselves by announcing the dates and then later on postponing those dates. That's the reason why the officials have not yet announced any dates, because they don't want to be caught in a soup. You announce something and then you have this COVID wave and then so many other dynamics happening, and you do not want to postpone the exam. You look bad. So most likely they will see for some certainty. They might expect, I'm expecting that they will announce when the peak is reached and you start seeing some downtrends in the graphs. That's when you know for sure that, yes, this wave is going to end, and then for sure you can have the examination in this particular period. Expect your JEE Mains first attempt in the mid of March, and expect your board examinations to start towards the end of March or April first week. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you, Sneha, so much. Okay, so is that clear, my warriors? Expect KVPY somewhere after JEE Mains and before boards. That's a very narrow window. I am doubtful about that. This is possible that KVPY comes over here, KVPY, but Remember, there is a good chance, this is little bit less likely. I'm expecting this less likely, but most likely it might even happen after the board examinations. It can even happen after the board examinations. The reason why I'm saying this is because it all depends on how much window you get between JEE Mains and the boards. Number two, KVPY will not announce the dates too much in advance. They might just announce 2 or 3 weeks in advance because they don't want to be again caught up in one controversy. They have already postponed the dates twice. So they are not going to do it again. Yep. I hope this is clear. So state boards and the respective ICSE boards, everything expect it after March. Everything will happen after March, March and April. That's the time when NTA is going to give all the boards, be it national, be it state, be it international, to conduct their examinations so that they are free to conduct their own examinations, and expect NEET examinations also to happen after May. Okay, so after May is when you can expect the NEET examinations. I hope this is clear. Now, how much time do you have? Did you calculate? How much time do you have for the examination? Well, you have 7 to 8 weeks. How much is 7 to 8 weeks? Roughly 50 days, 55 days. Okay, that's hardly, barely 2 months. Everybody agrees with this? Yes, not more than 60 days, not more than 8 weeks, because the last week will go in final preparation and all of that, and you can expect a buffer of 1 week, obviously. Now, if you have around 50 to 55 days, all right, around that time, that means you need to plan really systematically. And the problem is there is no announcement, and you do not want to be caught at the last moment preparing, in a panic mode. So start preparing now. And the best thing to do, even if you have completed the syllabus, or even if you have not started preparing too much, you have not been very serious about your preparation, is taking up the 45-day, which is less than 50 days. So 45-day JEE crash course, which involves not just lessons. These lessons are also recorded, so you can watch them later on. And so these are live plus recorded classes, so you can watch them like revision. And this will cover your entire 11th as well as 12th syllabus, 10 full syllabus tests and 10 part tests, so you can see where you stand with the actual crowd. You need to compete with the actual people, not your small coaching. You need to see what is happening at national level. You might be enrolled in a small coaching, but you don't know where you stand nationally. You don't want to get surprises in the first attempt. So crack it in the first attempt. And yes, there are lots of tests and assignments which you can solve at home, and also all India tests where you can compare your ranks with previous year toppers. And yes, you get the facility of asking unlimited doubts even in the class and also after the class. This is what you get. And I am also teaching in the crash course. Now there is a big announcement coming up here. Not many people know this. Usual crash course price 20,000. Offer price 10,000. Usual discount 10%. So you used to get the crash course for 9,000. But yes, today I announce the crash course price has reduced for a limited time festive offer to 8,000 rupees, 20% off. It's lower than your usual discount rate. 8,000 rupees limited time. Batch starts Monday. It's in English. I am teaching in the crash course. If you're wondering where you can join the crash course, it's very simple. If you're watching this video right now, all you need to do is, yes, this is where you're watching the video. This is me. So pause it, go down. You can see the JEE crash course right over here. Just click on that. Just click on that. You will see the entire schedule. You can choose the 2 batches, one which started on 27th December if you want to complete it by 12th of February, but you can join the 10th January batch, which was just 2 days back, 2-3 days back. You can definitely join this. You can watch all the recordings of all the classes. You can see even I will be there, Shimon sir will be there, Wasim sir will be there. All the things that I told you, 20 tests, strategy sessions, tips sessions, guidance sessions, doubt solving before and in the class, and yes, revision, all the chapters, 11th and 12th with recordings, test series, all India rank comparison, all the continuous support that you want. And all you need to do is hit on buy now. That's it. And you can see you have saved 2,000 rupees with this coupon. There you go. Isn't it interesting? And that's a limited offer. And you have to just pay 8,000 rupees. You can pay by credit. You can pay by phone pay, Paytm, Amazon Pay. And in fact, you even have the option of no cost EMI. So you can take the EMI option. So you just pay 2,667 rupees per month, which is good amount. Yep. So it's like 2,500, yeah, very less than 3,000 per month for the next 3 months. That's it. So EMI option is also there. It's up to you how you want to join. Okay. And I'm expecting all of you in this JEE crash course out here. If you want the CBSE term to full syllabus preparation, even that is there. You can see over here. Yep. Even for droppers, we have a crash course running. You can see JEE crash course for grade 13. That is also there right over here. That's also on discount. And you can see the offer price for that is again 20% off. You get for droppers, you get it for 8,000 rupees. So for droppers, for CBSE board, and for the regular first timers of 12th standard, we have all the courses right in the description box. Make sure you use my coupon code so that you enter my batch